Josiah's got the month off from the WWE Studio Slam, but I can't help but shout him out. He said it before and he said it again. The more pages of notes, the more likely that Oz has, let's say, complaints. And so when it comes to the 2013 1 hour and 34-minute movie from WWE Studios, that being The Call, starring Halle Berry and with a little sprinkling of David Otunga in there. When you got, I don't know, 6 or 7 pages of notes, you just know I got something to say about The Call. So after the ad read and after the open rolls, I'll break it down, I'll talk about it. WWE Studios, The Call.
Whether it's your first time here or you're a regular here at Mr. Super Oz, I just want to thank you for tuning in to the channel. It exists because I, Oz, from the channel Mr. Super Oz, I wrote a 68-page graphic novel called Everlasting Survivors. Volume 1 is called All Day Long. If you follow the link in the description of this video, you can get yourself hats, shirts, posters, all kinds of fun things. But most importantly, you can get the story itself. And the more people that pick up the story, the greater the chances are that there can be continued adventures with these heroes. If you could, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment, enjoy.
So, Halle Berry is surprising because it's a WWE Studios film, and she does a good job because she's Halle Berry. But when it comes to this movie, when it comes to The Call, Abigail, what's her name, Bresnan, I think, or whatever, that it girl for everything for a hot minute, whether it was Little Miss Sunshine, definitely maybe, so forth and so on. I think she was even in some TV shows. But anyway, she and Halle Berry both do good work in their roles, but the big problem and the thing that really hit me, whether it be Casey or Jordan, that being Halle Berry and Abigail, whether it be the 911 operator or the girl who is captured by the bad guy who is Michael, but that's a whole nother thing, because with every name available to choose from, you pick Michael as the antagonist and Jordan as the protagonist. I wonder if we got us a Chicago Bulls fan in the writer's room, because that just felt too, I don't know if coincidental is the right word, but too obvious. It was something that took me aback. But yeah, so my biggest complaint, and I guess the reason why when I got to the end of the movie I struggled to even come up with a grade or a where it falls in the star rating system, is because while things aren't bad, what happened throughout the film with this 911 operator and the cops and the whatever, it just felt very much like a special episode of, let's say, Law and Order, The Rookie, any of the cop shows that are out there. I don't know, throw out some letters, you'll probably land on a TV show, NCIS, CSI, so forth and so on. And so with the movie feeling like a special episode with a special guest, Halle Berry, it was hard for me to get fully engulfed or engrossed in the story, because it was so, and maybe it's just, this is an indictment of television becoming so cop show heavy that's also a possibility. So it's not necessarily a knock on the 2013 film. Maybe it's more of a commentary on how television has become so saturated with the cop show where you can't help but see the that style of TV show in even a feature length film. But regardless, it felt like it was not something standalone. It just felt like it was a season finale of one of these shows where they do the big, are they gonna make it type thing. Because so we open with Halle Berry's character being unable to help, or even making a mistake and costing a, a young woman who called 911 her life when she calls her back. And that tells the killer that the soon to be victim is still in the house. And then we jump 6 months and we live out a day where Halle Berry's character Jordan is now a like a manager of the phone operating folk, and so she has to jump on and help out a character who is in Resident Alien, and her character is totally different in 2013 and 2023 slash 2024 Resident Alien. But still, when Halle Berry takes over the call, she realizes that this girl that has called 911 is captured by the same person. Eventually, she realizes she's captured by the same person who killed the girl 6 months earlier. The bad guy's name is Michael. And blah, blah, blah. Stuff happens. But most importantly, when Jordan gets off work, she follows her instincts or a hunch or evidence, if you will, and she ends up freeing Casey, and Casey and Jordan entrap Michael, and they pull the Christian Bale Batman Begins line of, or style of thing, where he's like, oh, you can't kill me, and they're like, oh, we're not going to kill you, we're just not going to tell the cops that we know where you are, and they're just going to allow him to die, basically. And it just, I don't know, that part to me felt forced, because at least with Batman, we know that he has the rule to not kill. And you're already suspending disbelief when you have a man with fear toxin and, a cult leader who teaches Bruce to, hide in the night and, be a presence more than a man. But there's nothing about Jordan that jumps out and says, or even the victim Casey, that jumps out and says, oh, I can just comfortably live my life knowing that this dude, who, while yes bad, is just out here wasting away, dying in this hidden space. It just, I don't know, there was nothing specifically, especially since she works in the 911 call center, that was like telling us as the viewer that she paints outside the lines. And that's one of the things that really took me out of the movie. It's funny, so many WWE studio films I have seen in the past because I'm a wrestling fan, but I had never seen The Call before. In the month of May, I'm watching media that my wife recommended because she enjoyed it, much like how Friday I did the review of Bless This Mess, and next Monday is Tangled. Well, this movie was chosen because she enjoys it, but again, reflecting back, it's because she likes so many different police dramatization shows, I think, is why she enjoys this movie, is because it feels like it falls within that genre. Because anytime that she gets a free moment, she's watching the alphabet TV shows, FBI, CSI, NCIS, and so forth and so on. And so it's funny. It's not good, so it's definitely not a 4 out of 5. But I feel like the movie isn't particularly heinous, so it's not a one or below. And so the only real question is, does the call get a fine 3 out of 5, or is it that barely just passes the test 2 out of 5? And so I'll be generous and say, man, this is one of those times when I wish I did halvesies, but this is one of those times, or since I don't play the half star game, I'll just go ahead and say that WWE Studios 2013 movie The Call, it gets a 3 out of 5. It is totally fine. There's nothing special. There's nothing extra good, but it's not anything bad. And in respect to the WWE element of it all, I gotta say David Otunga really fit the mold of that stereotypical or traditional looking police officer. He would have fit right in on any of the TV shows, Rookie Fed or whatever you want to call it. Maybe we'll put him on some Hawaii Five-0 or whatnot, because he and his partner were very adequate in the role, and I'm actually surprised David Otunga hasn't been cast in more things, because while he was not anything special when it came to wrestling, he excelled in this limited capacity in the movie. So good job, David Otunga. And he stood out, unlike with his time in the Nexus with WWE or NXT, either which way you want to look at it. But yeah, so do I recommend watching The Call? I mean, if you've never seen it and you're curious as to David Otunga's ability to act, watch it one time. But there's definitely no reason to own this film, I feel like, because watching it once is more than enough to know everything about it. And so, yeah, come back all week. We've got Alpha Entertainment Worldwide Reload, Trivia, Tuesday and Thursday. And this Friday will be a video that I have waited to do until the first DLC drop of WWE 2K24. And that is the play or don't play video for WWE 2K24. Thank you for watching. Enjoy.